Ever wonder what it's like to be married to a billionaire? Well, these 15 black women ain't just arm candy. They're living large and making waves. From private islands to billion-dollar businesses, these ladies are redefining what it means to be a power couple. And trust me, their stories will blow your mind. Beyoncé, Queen Bey. You all know Beyoncé, right? She's not just a singer, she's American royalty. Queen Bey's got it all. The talent, the fame, and the cash to back it up. She's married to Jay-Z, and together they're worth a whopping $1.8 billion. But Beyoncé ain't riding on her man's coattails. She's got her own fortune, $500 million. That's more money than most of us can even dream about. Except Bey and Jay don't mess around when it comes to real estate. They dropped $88 million on a Bel Air mansion like it was nothing. This place is crazy big, with bulletproof windows and 4 pools. Yeah, you heard that right, 4 pools. 'Cause why have one when you can have 4? Nope. But Beyoncé ain't just sitting at home counting her money. She's out there making more. Her Formation World Tour, it grossed $256 million. That's not just successful, that's breaking records. When Beyoncé goes on tour, she's not just performing, she's printing money. Now let's talk about Beyoncé's outfits. This girl don't shop at the mall. Her stage costumes are basically wearable art. We're talking millions of dollars worth of custom-made, hand-beaded designer outfits. When Beyoncé steps on stage, she's wearing more than some people make in a lifetime. Beyoncé's got 3 kids, Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Sir. And you know these kids ain't living normal lives. Blue Ivy's already winning Grammy Awards and bidding hundreds of thousands at art auctions. The twins? They're probably wearing designer diapers or something. But here's the thing about Beyoncé. She ain't just about the money and the fame. She does tons of charity work too. She's donated millions to COVID-19 relief, started scholarships for black students, and even built housing for people who lost their homes in hurricanes. When Beyoncé gives back, she goes big. Beyoncé's life is wild. From her Bel Air mansion to her record-breaking tours to her designer wardrobe, she's living like the queen she is. But she's not just spending money on herself. She's using her success to help others, and that's what makes her true royalty in the music world. Queen Bey ain't just a nickname, it's a fact. Donna Langley, Hollywood's queen. Yo, check this out. We're talking about Donna Langley, and she ain't just some Hollywood exec. This lady's running Universal Pictures like a boss. She's the chairwoman, and she's calling all the shots. That's some serious power right there. Now, Donna's married to Ramin Shamshiri, and he ain't no slouch either. He's designing homes for all the big stars in Hollywood. But here's the kicker. Donna's sitting on a cool $30 million, but her hubby's family. They got billions from real estate. That's some next-level wealth. Donna's the brains behind some of the biggest movies you've seen. Jurassic World, that's her. Fast and Furious? Yep, that's Donna too. She's got the magic touch when it comes to making blockbusters that rake in the cash. You think your crib is nice? Well, Donna and Ramin's house in Hancock Park is on another level. It probably costs more than most people make in their whole life. We're talking serious luxury here. But Donna ain't just about the fancy house. She's known for rocking power suits that cost thousands. She's strutting into those Hollywood meetings looking like $1 million, or should we say 30 million. Here's the real deal, though. Donna's not just making money, she's changing the game. She's opening doors for women and minorities in Hollywood. She's the first British woman to run a major Hollywood studio. That's huge. Donna's story is wild. She started as a receptionist in London, and now she's running one of the biggest studios in the world. That's some serious hustle right there. Universal's been crushing it under Donna's leadership. They've had hit after hit, breaking box office records left and right. And it's not just about the money. Donna's pushing for more diversity in the movies we see, but don't think Donna's all work and no play. She knows how to live it up too. With all that cash, you know she's got a taste for the finer things. Fancy dinners, exclusive parties, all that Hollywood glamour. Donna Langley's proof that you can have it all. The career, the family, the success. She's running $1 billion business, changing Hollywood, and still finding time to live that luxury life. That's what you call a real Hollywood queen. Oprah Winfrey, the media mogul. Oprah Winfrey, come on, you'll know who she is. She's not just famous, she's like royalty in the media world. And when it comes to cash, Oprah's got it in spades. She's sitting on a fortune worth $2.5 billion. That's billion with a B, folks. Now her man, Stedman Graham, he's worth about $10 million. That's a lot of money for most people, but next to Oprah, it's like pocket change. But don't get it twisted, they're still a power couple. Oprah's living large in a $90 million mansion in Montecito. And guess who her neighbor is? Prince Harry. Yeah, that Prince Harry. Her house is so big, her closet's probably bigger than your whole place, and you know it's packed with designer everything, but that's not all. Oprah's got her own private jet. Why? 'Cause she can. When you're worth billions, you don't wait in line at the airport. You just hop on your own plane and go wherever you want, whenever you want. Remember those shows where Oprah gave away cars to everyone in the audience? That wasn't just for TV. She really does give away stuff like it's nothing. Cars, houses, you name it. She's got the cash to back it up. But here's the thing about Oprah. She ain't forgot where she came from. She grew up poor in Mississippi, and now she's one of the richest women in the world. That's why she donates millions to education. She knows how important it is to give kids a chance. Oprah's not just rich, she's influential. She can make or break a book with her book club. When Oprah talks, people listen. And when she recommends something, it sells out fast. Her TV network, OWN, that's worth millions too. And don't forget about her roles in movies like The Color Purple and A Wrinkle in Time. Oprah's not just a talk show host, she's a media empire all by herself. But even with all that money and fame, Oprah's still down to earth. She's known for being real with people. That's why folks love her. She's got the cash, but she's still got heart. So next time you see Oprah on TV or in a magazine, remember, she's not just rich, she's a whole mood. From rags to riches, she's living proof that anything's possible, and she's using her cash to help others do the same. That's what makes her a real queen in the world of media and beyond. Stephanie Lampkin, tech trailblazer. Stephanie Lampkin's making waves in Silicon Valley, and she ain't just riding on her husband's coattails. This tech queen's got her own empire, and it's all about shaking up the hiring game. She founded Blendor, an app that's fighting hiring bias and making sure everyone gets a fair shot. It's like, you know, when you apply for a job and wonder if they're judging you for your name or skin color. Stephanie's app is fixing that mess. Now, her husband's no slouch either. He's sitting on $1 billion fortune from some fancy AI company. But Stephanie, she's got her own thing going. She's got a degree from MIT and used to work at Microsoft. That's some serious brain power right there. They're living large in a $20 million mansion in Palo Alto. That's like the Beverly Hills of tech. Their house probably has more computers than people, and you know they got the latest gadgets before anyone else. But here's the thing about Stephanie. She's all about that sustainable luxury life. Her wardrobe? It's full of brands that are good for the planet but still cost more than your car. She's proving you can look like $1 million without trashing the earth. Stephanie's not just about making money though. She's helping other black women break into tech. It's like she's holding the door open and saying, "Come on in, the water's fine." She knows how tough it can be for women, especially black women in the tech world, so she's using her success to lift others up. You gotta respect that hustle. Stephanie's not content with just being a billionaire's wife. She's out there changing the game, making tech more fair, and looking good while doing it. She's living proof that you can have brains, beauty, and $1 billion lifestyle all at once. And let's be real, with her smarts and her husband's cash, there's no telling what Stephanie might do next. Maybe she'll invent some AI that can read minds or create a robot that does your laundry and cooks dinner. Whatever it is, you know it's going to be big. So next time you're scrolling through LinkedIn feeling down about your job prospects, remember Stephanie Lampkin. She's out there fighting to make sure everyone gets a fair shot at their dream job. And she's doing it all while living that billionaire lifestyle. That's what you call a real tech trailblazer. Rihanna, from pop star to billionaire. Yo, Rihanna's not just about dropping hits anymore. She's straight up dropping jaws with her bank account. This girl's gone from pop star to billionaire, and she's doing it in style. Riri's worth a whopping $1.7 billion. That's billion with a B, y'all. But here's the crazy part. Most of that cash ain't even from her music. It's from her makeup line, Fenty Beauty. That's right, she's slaying the beauty game and making bank. But wait, there's more. Her lingerie line, Savage X Fenty, that thing's worth $1 billion all on its own. Rihanna's out here making lingerie that's worth more than some countries' GDPs. Now, she's dating a $AP Rocky and they're cute and all, but let's be real. Rihanna's bank account is the real star of this show. She's so loaded she bought a $13.8 million Beverly Hills mansion just because she felt like it. That's the kind of money where you don't even check the price tag. And you know Rihanna's not just living in that mansion, she's living it up. She's got a wine cellar worth millions. We're talking bottles that cost more than cars. When Rihanna wants a drink, she's not grabbing a $10 bottle from the store. She's sipping on something that costs more than most people's houses. But here's the thing about Riri. She's not just spending that cash on herself. She donated $15 million to climate justice. That's right, she's trying to save the planet while looking fly. Speaking of looking fly, Rihanna's known for rocking outfits that cost more than cars. We're talking dresses that could pay off your student loans, shoes that cost more than rent, and jewelry that's worth more than some people make in a year. But don't think Rihanna's all about the bling. She's a businesswoman through and through. She's got her fingers in all kinds of pies. Makeup, lingerie, music, and even skincare. Everything she touches turns to gold, or in her case, billions. Rihanna's come a long way from Barbados. She's not just a singer anymore, she's a whole empire. From umbrella to underwear, she's proving that she's got the Midas touch. And she's doing it all while being a new mom. Talk about a boss move. So next time you see Rihanna, remember, she's not just a pop star. She's a billionaire, a businesswoman, a fashion icon, and a philanthropist. She's living proof that you can have it all. The fame, the fortune, and the family. And she's doing it all with style. That's why she's not just Rihanna, she's Riri the Rich. Kimberly Bryant, coding queen. Kimberly Bryant's out here teaching black girls to code and making bank doing it. She's the founder of Black Girls Code and that non-profit. It's worth a cool $40 million now, but that's just the start of her story. Her husband's deep in the tech game too. He's sitting on over $500 million. That's enough cash to buy a small country, but they're living it up in San Francisco instead. They got a $10 million penthouse that's probably got more computers than people. Kimberly ain't playing when it comes to her wardrobe. She's got a closet full of power suits that cost more than some people's cars. And her shoes, designer all the way. When she walks into a room, you know she means business. But here's the thing. Kimberly's not just about looking good. She's changing the face of tech, literally. Black Girls Code is teaching young sisters how to program, code, and build websites. She's making sure the next generation of tech geniuses looks more like her. When it's time to take a break, Kimberly and her man don't mess around. They're hitting up private islands and cruising on luxury yachts. We're talking vacations that cost more than most people's houses. But don't think Kimberly's all about the fancy life. She's giving back big time. She's helping girls break into STEM fields, opening doors that used to be closed. It's like she's building a whole army of tech queens. Kimberly's story is wild. She went from working in biotech to running a multi-million-dollar non-profit. Now she's rubbing elbows with the biggest names in Silicon Valley. She's proof that you can make it big in tech and still keep it real. Her work's getting noticed too. She's won awards, been on TV, even gave a TED Talk. Kimberly's showing the world that black women belong in tech, and she's doing it in style. So next time you see a young girl coding on her laptop, remember Kimberly Bryant. She's the reason more and more black girls are getting into tech, and she's doing it all while living that billionaire lifestyle. That's what you call a real coding queen. Sheila Johnson, sports and entertainment mogul. Sheila Johnson's got her fingers in all the pies, and she's making bank doing it. This lady co-founded BET, and now she's sitting pretty on $780 million. But that's nothing compared to her man William Newman. He's got billions from real estate. They're like the power couple of power couples. But Sheila ain't just about the TV game. She's deep into sports too. They own the Washington Mystics, Wizards, and Capitals. That's like having your own little sports empire. And when she needs a break from all that city life, she's got a 200-acre horse farm in Virginia. That's right, 200 acres. You could probably see it from space. Now let's talk about Sheila's style. This lady's got class for days. She rocks Hermes scarves like they're going out of style. But we all know Hermes never goes out of style. And it ain't just scarves. Her whole wardrobe's probably worth more than most people's houses. But Sheila and William ain't just spending money on themselves. They're big into art too. Their collection, it's worth more than some small countries. We're talking paintings that cost more than mansions, sculptures that could buy a fleet of luxury cars. It's like they've got their own private museum. You'd think with all that cash, Sheila might forget where she came from. But nah, she ain't like that. She's always giving back, especially to education. She's donating millions to help kids get a good start in life. It's like she's saying, I made it and I'm going to help you make it too. Sheila's life is wild. From starting BET to owning sports teams to collecting art worth millions. She's living proof that you can have it all. The money, the style, the influence. And she's using all of it to make a difference. That's what you call a real boss move. So next time you're watching a Wizards game or flipping through channels and land on BET, remember Sheila Johnson. She's the queen behind it all, living large and changing lives. And she's doing it all with style, rocking those Hermes scarves and collecting art like it's going out of fashion. That's what you call a true sports and entertainment mogul. Robin Rihanna Fenty, Fenty Empire. Yo, Rihanna's back on the list because she's just that hot. This time we're talking about her Fenty empire, and it's no joke. Her cosmetics line, it's worth a whopping $2.8 billion. That's billion with a B, folks. Riri ain't playing around when it comes to business. But Rihanna's got more than just makeup money. She's got a son with a $1 AP Rocky now, and you know that kid's trust fund is probably bigger than most people's lifetime earnings. We're talking generational wealth here. Speaking of money moves, Rihanna's perfume line is selling like crazy. It sold out in seconds when it dropped. People are fighting to smell like Riri, and she's laughing all the way to the bank. Now let's talk about where she's living. Rihanna's got a $6.8 million mansion in the Hollywood Hills. That's the kind of place where your neighbors are all A-list celebs and tech billionaires, and you know it's decked out with all the fancy stuff. Probably got a recording studio, a movie theater, and a pool that looks like it belongs in a resort. But Rihanna ain't just about houses. She's got a car collection that'll make your head spin. We're talking about a Porsche 997 Turbo in her garage. That's a car that costs more than some people's houses. And you know that's not the only ride she's got. Bet she's got a whole fleet of luxury whips. Yeah, man. Here's the thing about Rihanna, though. She ain't just spending all that cash on herself. When COVID hit, she stepped up big time. She donated $5 million for relief efforts. That's the kind of money that can make a real difference in people's lives. Rihanna's showing everyone that you can be a boss in business and still give back. She's got the Fenty empire, the mansion, the cars, but she's still looking out for others. That's what makes her more than just another rich celeb. From music to makeup to fashion, Rihanna's proving she can do it all, and she's making bank every step of the way. But she ain't forgot where she came from. She's using her success to help others, and that's what makes her a real queen in the game. Tyra Banks, from supermodel to super rich. Yo, check it out. Tyra Banks ain't just about smizing anymore. She's leveled up big time. This supermodel's turned into a super rich businesswoman, and she's dating Louis Bellinger Martin, some Canadian dude who's worth millions. But Tyra, she's sitting pretty on a $90 million fortune. That's right, she's got her own cash. Tyra's living large in a $6.4 million Malibu beach house. Can you imagine waking up to ocean views every day? And you know her closet's stacked with designer fits that cost more than cars. We're talking Gucci, Prada, all that good stuff. When Tyra steps out, she's wearing your whole salary. But here's the thing. Tyra's not just spending money, she's making it too. She's got her own ice cream brand called Smize Cream. Yeah, you heard that right. Ice cream. And you know it's probably the fanciest ice cream you've ever tasted. Bet it costs more than your weekly grocery bill for just one scoop. Now let's talk about Tyra's son, York. That kid's allowance is probably bigger than most adults' salaries. He's growing up in a world where private jets are normal and vacations mean private islands. It's a whole different level of living, but don't think Tyra's all about the money and fancy stuff. She's out here empowering women too. She started the TZ Own Foundation, helping girls build self-esteem and leadership skills. Tyra's using her cash to change lives, not just buy more bling. Tyra's come a long way from her modeling days. She's not just posing in front of cameras anymore, she's behind them too. She's produced shows, written books, and even taught at Stanford. Yeah, that's Stanford. She's proving that models got brains too. And let's not forget about her talk show days. Tyra was out here telling it like it is, getting real about body image and self-love. She wasn't just talking the talk, she was walking the walk. And now, she's running all the way to the bank. Tyra Banks is showing everyone that you can be beautiful and smart, rich and generous. She's living that luxury life, but still remembering where she came from. From catwalks to boardrooms, she's doing it all. And she's doing it with style, because that's just how Tyra rolls. Nicole Young, Dr. Dre's ex with the golden divorce. Yo, listen up. Nicole Young just hit the mother lode with her divorce from Dr. Dre. This lady walked away with a cool $100 million. That's not just money, that's forget about working ever again money. Now Nicole's living it up in a $25 million Malibu mansion. We're talking ocean views for days, rooms bigger than your whole apartment, and probably more bathrooms than you can count. It's the kind of place where even the garage is nicer than most people's houses. But that's nothing compared to her car collection. Nicole's got rides that'll make your head spin. We're talking cars worth more than most people's life savings. Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Bentleys. She's probably got them all. When Nicole goes for a drive, she's basically taking a small fortune out for a spin. And get this, her closet's packed with Birkin bags. Each of those things is worth thousands. Some go for more than 100 grand. Nicole's probably got enough Birkins to open her own store. When she goes shopping, she's carrying a bag that costs more than some people make in a year. Nicole's not just sitting at home counting her cash, though. She's known for throwing parties that'll blow your mind. We're talking events that cost more than houses, champagne that flows like water, food from celebrity chefs, and guest lists that read like a who's who of Hollywood. When Nicole throws a party, it's not just a get-together, it's an event. But living the high life ain't easy. That's why Nicole's got a personal chef and a whole team of assistants. She's probably got people to do everything from walking her dogs to organizing her closet. When you're that rich, you don't do your own grocery shopping or laundry. Nicole ain't just spending, though. She's smart with her money, too. Word is she's investing in real estate, buying up properties left and right. So while she's living it up now, she's also making sure that $100 million keeps growing. That's how you turn a golden divorce into a platinum lifestyle. So next time you see Nicole Young in the news, remember, she ain't just Dr. Dre's ex anymore. She's a bona fide rich lady in her own right, living a life most of us can only dream about. From her Malibu mansion to her Birkin bags, Nicole's showing everyone how to live large after a divorce. Janet Jackson, pop royalty. Janet Jackson's been pop royalty since forever, and she's got the bank account to prove it. This superstar's worth a cool $180 million on her own, but that's nothing compared to her ex-husband Wissam Al-Mana. He's a Qatari billionaire with more cash than you can count. Janet's living large in a $12 million condo in New York City. We're talking views for days, rooms bigger than your whole house, and probably more bathrooms than you need. It's the kind of place where even the doorman's uniform costs more than your car. But that fancy condo ain't nothing compared to what Janet makes on tour. Her shows gross hundreds of millions. That's right, millions with an S. When Janet hits the road, she's basically printing money. And you know she's not flying coach to get there. Private jets all the way, baby. Now let's talk about Janet's wardrobe. This girl's known for rocking outfits that probably cost more than cars. We're talking sparkly bodysuits, custom-made leather jackets, and shoes that could pay off your student loans. When Janet steps on stage, she's wearing your whole salary. Janet's got a son named Isa, and you know that kid's trust fund is insane. He's probably got more money in the bank than most of us will see in a lifetime. When Isa wants a toy, he's not getting some plastic thing from the mall. He's probably getting a mini Ferrari or something. But here's the thing about Janet. She ain't forgot where she came from. She's always doing charity work, giving back to the community. She's donated millions to causes like AIDS research and disaster relief. When Janet writes a check for charity, it's got more zeros than you can count. Janet's life is wild. From her New York penthouse to her world tours to her designer wardrobe, she's living like the queen she is. But she's not just spending money on herself. She's using her cash to make a difference, and that's what makes her true royalty in the pop world. So next time you hear a Janet Jackson song, remember, you're not just listening to music, you're listening to a whole empire. An empire built on talent, hard work, and a whole lot of glitter. That's Janet Jackson for you. Pop royalty with a heart of gold and a bank account to match. Melody Hobson, the business powerhouse. Yo, check it out. Melody Hobson ain't just arm candy for some rich dude. She's the real deal, a straight-up business powerhouse. This lady's the president of Ariel Investments, handling billions like it's no big thing. But here's the kicker. She grew up poor in Chicago, and now she's worth a cool $100 million. Talk about a come-up. But that's nothing compared to her man, George Lucas. Yeah, that George Lucas, the Star Wars guy. He's sitting on a fat stack of $5.4 billion. That's enough cash to buy a whole fleet of Death Stars, no cap. Melody's got brains and beauty, and she's breaking barriers left and right. She's the first African-American woman to head up the Economic Club of Chicago. That's a big deal, trust. She's showing everyone that black women can run the show in the business world. Now let's talk about their family life. Melody and George got a daughter named Everest. Can you imagine that kid's allowance? Probably more than most people make in a year. And you know Melody's closet is stacked with designer fits that cost more than some folks' houses. We're talking Gucci, Prada, all that good stuff. But don't get it twisted. Melody ain't all about the money and flashy things. She's deep into charity work too. She's always giving back, helping out kids from backgrounds like hers. That's real queen behavior right there. Melody's life is like a movie script. From the streets of Chicago to the boardrooms of Wall Street, she's done it all. And she's just getting started. With her business smarts and George's creative genius, there's no telling what they'll do next. Maybe buy a small country, start their own space program. Who knows? One thing's for sure. Melody Hobson is living proof that you can come from nothing and still make it to the top. She's not just rich, she's influential, making moves in business, charity, and fashion. And she's doing it all while being a mum and a wife. That's some superhero stuff right there.